Welcome to Erased on Memory Lane, your go-to source for unbiased NASCAR news. We're your hosts,
Lydia,
Cassandra,
and Vanessa Johnson. Now, we are coming off of Bristol, which there's
Dirt
no
track.
screen on that on posters.
There's never been a screen on that on posters.
I'm very tired. But stage results. Truex won the first stage and Logano won the second stage, and Logano won the whole race. I was very happy about that.
the picks and predictions did splendidly.
Yeah, they did.
Or picked it decently.
Yeah.
I want to highlight Suarez in fourth. For not having a lot of dirt experience, he sure did a great job in this race.
He did lead for a significant amount of time.
Yeah, he did.
I'm going to highlight Blaney in 8th for no other reason than he's like the only other person we like. And Elliott in 10th.
Reddick's okay, right?
Who?
Reddick.
Reddick's okay.
Reddick is
Jones is okay.
Yeah.
But Elliott and Blaney are the top. Elliott, Blaney, Byron are the top ones in this. In the top 10.
Logano's sometimes okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He hasn't done anything to make us annoyed
He's
with him
okay
yet
so
this
far.
year, so.
Give
And
it
he
time.
won instead of Truex, and instead of Senhouse, and instead of Hamlin.
Right.
That's true.
That makes me very happy. Alright. I said the top 10. McDowell 12th, Larson 29th, and Bell
Larson should
34th.
be yellow.
Yeah, I didn't make Larson yellow. Don't
So
ask me
yeah,
why.
Larson, that happened.
Larson and Bell were our predictions, and they wrecked together.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
They wrecked each other. And Larson was able to get back out on track. Bell was
Yeah.
not.
But the important thing here is that I predicted Larson,
Yeah.
and Cassie predicted Bell. So, a few points there.
So, dirt race, Bristol. Do we like the dirt?
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
It was
Yes.
very entertaining.
And they said that they're going to do the spring dirt race at Bristol again
Mm-hmm.
on dirt next year, which is
Yeah.
awesome. It was funny, I listened to Radioactive, which is a Fox thing. And they, yeah. I listened to Radioactive, and I forget whose radio it was, but crew chief, I feel like it might have been Larson. Don't quote me on that, but the crew chief goes, don't worry about it, you'll get to try again next year. And the driver goes, I wouldn't place any bets on that, because it's just been a giant fiasco with all the rain and track maintenance and all that. And then, right after that, and they just announced to the fans that they will be returning on dirt next year. So, that's good news.
It is.
It's very good news. The racing was good. The one thing that kind of ticked me off was that they went to single file restarts at the end of the race.
Right. That was so
Call a yellow or a red and wet the track. Because I
Right.
think they did it because there was so much dust and that it was
Yeah.
hard to see. Do something. You
Yeah, it
take
really
the
took
racing
the
out of
competition out of
restarts if you don't let them line up in 2 rows. It makes no sense, especially not at the end of the race. And they just unilaterally declared, okay, at the end of the second stage, no more. We're doing single file race restarts till the end of the race.
Yeah.
Like, why? Do something to fix it.
Right.
You know? So that I was not happy about that.
Hopefully.
But
they'll
other
fix it
than
next
that-
year.
There was good racing. Yeah,
It was
like,
good.
Yeah, take a break and re-wet the track if you have to. I'd rather do that than have single file restarts.
Mhm.
It's just stupid.
And I'm sure everyone there would rather wait than have that.
And even
well,
if
everyone but
second
the leader.
place.
Right, exactly. I think on again Radioactive, because I watched that this time. The radio communications from Logano, when they called that, I believe he was in second or third, and they called that they were going to single file restart from then on out, and he's like, "What? Okay, not happy about that." Which makes sense, because you were expecting to be on the front row, and you're not. So. It's
Not
annoying.
even in a row.
He still nailed the restart. Logano
rows
is
are
like the
gone.
only one who can nail restarts, no matter what.
Yeah.
He's stupid.
But yeah, it was good.
It
It
was
was good
very good.
racing. It went off pretty well. It was very
Once it
dusty,
finally got
and
started.
I think, right.
I feel like we're missing something. There was more to talk about in there. Best racing we've seen in a very long time. absolutely the best racing.
Yeah.
We need more dirt.
Yes.
Much more dirt.
A lot of dirt and a lot of road courses. That is my dream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which they did a really good job with the schedule this year. But keep it up.
And they're developing. They were testing.
Yeah, that's news today. So they're doing a rain tire test for short tracks, and they haven't decided for certain yet, but they are saying it's looking promising that we'll be able to do a rain setup on short tracks.
Or next
They
year?
They didn't say. They didn't say.
This is news to me. I didn't see that.
Yeah, that just came
We've
out
only
today.
been hollering for that forever.
I know.
It's like, why don't you just race in the rain like every other motorsport ever? Just
Literally
race in the rain.
Professional drivers, they can figure out how fast too fast is.
Wow. Yeah, sometimes NASCAR just confuses me.
But yeah, it was good. I'm
wanna
excited
watch
for
more.
it next year, and I'm sad it's already over because that was like the
Yeah.
one thing I was looking forward to.
We thought we were going to get a whole weekend worth of dirt racing, and we got one
know.
day.
Yeah,
It's like, okay.
yeah, that was great.
The rain is to blame for that. I still think we should have just thrown them out there and let them do their thing.
It was
Last
standing
car
water.
who doesn't overheat wins. Because that was the big issue, is they were kicking mud up onto the
Well, that was the big
radiator
issue
opening.
on Saturday, and on Sunday it was standing water around the track.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Well, so don't go in the water. It's not that complicated. It's a dirt track. Put them in something and get them racing. No.
But it's really
Yeah, that was a
fun.
bummer, and that was gonna be the
Never mind.
first race that
I
they.
didn't try to say it.
Shush it. It was gonna be the first race this year they were actually gonna qualify for,
Right.
albeit heats, which get my vote on every track.
I know.
But yeah, they were actually gonna qualify for this race. They only qualifying for 8 races this year, I think. Again,
Something
because
like
we're
that.
all scared and don't want to breathe on each other.
I was going to say that I want to watch more races like the Roval Xfinity of last year. I think it was last year. With the
Oh yeah,
the water.
that was
so
great.
fun.
Oh, that
It
was
was
fun.
just a downpour. Like, it wasn't racing in the rain, it was racing in a downpour. It was
Yeah.
great.
That's so cool.
I didn't get to see a lot of it, though.
Yeah, you guys were at camp, I think.
Yes. Awkward silence.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about?
Not really.
There were no giant wrecks. There were a bunch of little.
Lots of spin outs.
Yeah.
People getting too high and getting into the.
Soft ground and
Yeah.
just going. And then sometimes you get hit and sometimes you don't. A few tires went down. Right rear tires because people are
Well,
sliding.
you're sliding.
Oh, here's something I want to talk about. This is what I thought I was missing. The people who had dirt track experience didn't do as well as I would have expected. I would have expected dirt racers to just go out and take the front and run with it. Truex does not have a lot of dirt track experience. He ran with it for a lot of time. Suarez does not have a lot of dirt track experience. He ran with it for a lot of time, and I saw an article before the race that had quoted Kyle Larson talking about how these cars handle so much differently than anything else that they're used to driving on dirt because they have a lot less power, a lot lower to the ground, obviously.
And they're probably a lot heavier.
Basically, they just drive so differently that really dirt track experience doesn't mean as much as you think it would. Really, the only thing you get out of it is kind of the
Recovery.
how the
I'd
track
say.
changes and recovery from a slide that you're not expecting, whatever.
Right.
You know? And people can get that without dirt. Well, maybe. I don't know. It's kind of hard to learn how to slide on pavement. Dry pavement.
Right.
But, anyway. But that's what a lot of the dirt track racers were seeing, a lot of wear on the right rear tire. Because they were sliding a lot. Because they know how to do it, they know how to get out of it, they know how to stay in control. Whereas a lot of your non-dirt track racers were not sliding as much, so their tires were lasting longer. And once people started seeing that, they're like, okay, we can't slide, we gotta keep our tires fresh. But especially because they could only change tires on the stage brakes.
Yeah.
So you couldn't just come in and get a fresh set of tires if you wanted it, which was an interesting. I kind of like it and I kind of don't. I do like having tire wear be incorporated.
I'd rather see the strategy.
Exactly.
The varying strategies and see, somebody who normally wouldn't win being able to make a strategy call that gets in. Yeah.
What do you want to see more of? Do you want to see more of pure driving skill for who can save their tires longer? Maybe driving skill, maybe just getting lucky? Or do you want to see strategy and caution thrown and it messes everything up, that type of thing? I tend to think toward the strategy end of things. I think it just makes it more interesting and more frustrating depending on who's leading and when.
Right.
So, yeah. But I thought that was interesting. I would not have pegged that coming out of this race as being the result. But it makes sense when you think about it. Anything else?
Nope.
Close this down. Call it.
This has been Race Down Memory Lane,
your go-to source for unbiased NASCAR news.
See you before Martinsville.
Yes.